Hi there. So today I'm going to talk a little bit about home prices. Who would have guessed it, right? But it's a pretty popular topic right now. So after the pandemic is over, wow, when will that be? I don't know. But anyway, assuming we're kind of on our way, hopefully, the question is, what's going to happen with home prices now after there's no more government support to help prop them up and prop us up and keep us able to pay. So Mark Zandi, chief economist at Moody's Analytics, thinks high unemployment will put pressure on high home prices and later this year. And that's possible. I'll say that's possible. Home prices will be flat, he says, if the government doesn't step in and do more to help. But assuming the pandemic ends, Zandi sees the inflation rate at 1 to 2%. Our government, our goal is 2%, so there's really a big push by our Fed to try to get inflation to start kicking in. We always hear and think that inflation's kind of a bad thing and, prices everyone out so they can't afford bread or whatever, but, you need some inflation. So that's a good thing. And then National Home Price Index, he's expecting a 4% increase. Southern California, they're expecting 5% increase per year from 2019 to 2029 for 10 years. That would be amazing, right? So if you own, now's a great time to own a house. It's been a great time for a few years, right? You've done very well. The other thing is he also states that somewhere around 2023 to 2025, we could see interest rates back at 5%. And for me personally, I don't know why I picked that number. I think that's the number when we get to 5%, consumers are going to push back and say, wow, interest rates are kind of high again. I think anything in the 3s, people are going to be okay with. 4s, it's like, wow, but it's still historically low. I think 5 is going to be a mental barrier for a lot of people. So I think it will be interesting to see how that impacts prices and buyer demand when we get there. And then right now, stagflation, right? We haven't heard that term in a long time, but we're kind of there. We're kind of been sitting flat, trying to get some boost so that we can have some inflation to see things are improving. But it's just very slow right now. And that's according to the founder of Pinto Portfolio Strategies. And then, they're talking about treasury rates at sub-zero and maybe even interest rates in this near term going to 2%, maybe even below 2%, which so far they haven't allowed that to happen. And I got to say, this should be there now. If you just run by the math, Stephen Thomas does a thing every Friday I watch, and he said if you just do work out, he's an economist, so if you just do the numbers, you should already be below 2% based on the margin between the treasury rate and the mortgage rates, but they're not letting that happen. So right now you see a little ping pong activity between recession, which we certainly have had, depression, and stagflation. So in the near term, inflation is not going to be an issue. And in fact, Puri was the director of Cal State Fullerton's Woods Center on Economic Analysis and Forecasting. He says we're going to probably see inflation start to pick up in 2023 and 2024. So that's interesting stuff. And just for the record, assuming a borrower gets an average 30-year fixed loan on a conforming $510,400 loan, last year's payment was $180 more than the payment would be today. So again, prices are going up, but affordability is going up too. So that's why you still see tons of people buying homes even though the prices are really high. Thank you.